Hi guys, author and broadcaster Amy Nickell-Turner had the perfect analogy to describe news that the Tories are turning to former Home Secretary Priti Patel as a potential leader. With the removal of Suella Braverman, a fault line has appeared within the party which Suella wishes to exploit. The brexiteers feel betrayed with the return of Remain campaigner David Cameron, and the right of the party are plotting revenge for the removal of Braverman. But as Rishi faces defeat, which former Home Secretary could take over?
Well, it's interesting you talk about that wing of the party, because I do think a headline like this is designed to throw some red meat to the Tory right, because they've lost their hero, they've lost their Suella. Bye, Suella, hello, Priti. But I think because it's coming up to Christmas, it's a bit like the ghosts of Tory Christmas past, like they're dragging up everyone. And I have said this before, but it is, again, like they've gone over to the washing basket and gone through all the stinky socks and picked out the one that stinks the least. But I think we need to remember how much this particular sock does stink, because you talk a lot about how she's a good politician, but what did she actually get done? Because it's all a bit talk over substance. Even maybe Suella trumped her on that, but let's think about it. She was the architect of the Rwanda plan. Look where that's got us, wasted a whole lot of money, a whole lot of time. She is also the person who brought in the Nationality and Borders Bill, one of the most punitive measures on migrants fleeing persecution and coming into this country, and she was embroiled in countless bullying scandals. To my mind, that's not a great track record, and she doesn't really have much on her CV that I see worth bringing her back to the front line, other than the fact people quite like her.
I completely agree, and we must never underestimate the power of nostalgia. How many Tories want to bring back Boris Johnson? They want to ignore Partygate, they want to ignore the corruption, they want to ignore his failings, but they want to bring back Boris Johnson. And I think Priti Patel could be in the running here. She could be in a very strong position, because many within the Conservative Party, and we're talking about members of the Conservative Party who would ultimately vote for who the next leader is, many within the Conservative Party love Priti Patel. They love these policies, the Rwanda policy, the clamping down on asylum seekers, the dehumanization of refugees and people coming into the country. So they see her as the original Suella Braverman. So if Braverman is falling to the wayside, I'm pretty sure that Priti Patel would be certainly in the running to take over. Now, she, of course, is like that stinky sock that Amy has pointed out. She has a lot of baggage, she has a lot of problems. But once again, the members of the Conservative Party are happy to overlook those or forget them in order to put her in that position. Now, does she have a real chance? Well, it depends on whether she can hold on to her seat at the next general election, because if she loses her seat, then it's over. The people who seem to be in a very strong position at the moment instead are Kemi Badenoch and Suella Braverman. But that could change. It could change as we get closer to the general election, and it could change directly after the general election. Depends on the numbers of course, of members of Parliament. They will be deciding the shortlist. But I'm sure that Priti Patel is certainly in the running. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.